Somalia is gearing up to hold its first one-person, one-vote national elections since 1969. ADN TV presents a six-part series on the upcoming vote, starting with a look at Somalia's electoral history. The country has received much pressure from the international community to move to universal suffrage. The last few elections have seen legislators selected by clan elders. International partners would like to see women, youth, and less prestigious clans casting votes as well. Somalia's past elections have not been broadly representative. In 1956, the Italian Trust Territory of Somaliland held its first ballots for territorial council. Somalia was divided between various colonial powers at the time. There were 70 seats, most broken down into geographical constituencies. 10 seats were reserved for others, 4 for Italians, 4 for Arabs, 1 for Indians, and 1 for Pakistanis. Only men over 21 could vote. Only men over 30, fluent in written Arabic and Roman script, and residing in Somalia for 1 year, could run for the council. There was direct voting in urban areas, while councils decided contests in rural areas. The Somali Youth League won most of the seats. In 1959, the exercise was repeated with the same rules. This time, 90 seats were contested as the council had been expanded. Widespread violence preceded the election, leading to the jailing of opposition political leaders and a boycott by one of the main opposition parties. This led to a landslide for the Somali Youth League, which took over 75% of the vote and 83 of the seats. A year later, the British decided to allow their section of Somalia, British Somaliland, to hold elections. 33 seats were filled. The Somali National League got over 50% of the votes and 20 seats. Both the British and Italian territories gained independence later that year, merging to become the modern Somalia. They also merged their legislatures, not holding another election until 1964. Women were given the right to vote after independence, so this would be the first national elections with females at the polls. More than 1 million Somalis voted in 1964. The ruling Somali Youth League won once again with a little over half the vote. But then a military coup took place and democracy was put on hold for more than 3 decades. By 2000, the United Nations tried to set up a shadow government called a transitional government. It gave Somalis a chance to choose leaders, but warlords really controlled the country. Leaders were chosen in 2000, 2004, and again in 2009. By 2011, African Union forces, known as AMISOM, appeared to control enough of the country to install a real government. The mandate of President Sharif Sheikh Ahmed was extended to August 2012 to set the stage for election. An agreement that included the top federal officials and the presidents of Galmudug and Puntland agreed on the following: a new parliament with both an upper and lower house, 30% of the National Constituent Assembly, as parliament would be called, reserved for women. President appointed via constitutional election. Prime Minister named by President and then chooses cabinet. In September, 135 clan elders selected the members of parliament. 30 seats were reserved for the biggest clans, the Darud, Dir, Hawai, Rahan Wayne, with 15 set aside for minor clans. They picked Hassan Sheikh Mohamud as president. In 2016, the 54 members of the upper house were selected by the state legislators. The lower house seats were chosen by 14,025 delegates from different areas of the country. The 135 elders assigned specific delegates to vote on one of the 275 seats. Women were included among the delegates. The president was selected by the legislature in February of 2017. Mohamed Farmajo won that election and will preside over the next vote. ADN TV will continue its series on the upcoming Somali elections by looking at their new system that will be used for polls later this year.